Hey guys. So I'm just gonna start by saying like how I found out that I had um the brain tumor medulloblastoma. It was a long road, as I said in my first video. It took them 2 months to figure out. So the year before I was diagnosed, I actually went to the ENT, which is the ear, nose, and throat doctor, because I was experiencing like dizziness and like vertigo when I was playing and like when I turned around to run on the soccer team. So, yeah, I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I went there a year before I was diagnosed. And then like I said, I quit soccer because I just really couldn't handle it. I just my coach was very intense and it was just way too hard for me. Um, all right. And then also after I quit soccer and joined the tennis team, I also kind of figured out that I'm Catholic and I was teaching a CCD class and I was not able to write on the board. I didn't know why. I thought maybe my handwriting was just messed up because it was the summer and I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, all right, this is weird. My handwriting is bad. Like, I don't know why. Um, so then I went to a water park with one of my best friends, and I was like falling in the tube. Like, it was scary, and I like couldn't really maintain my balance, and I just didn't understand why. Um, and then finally, when I decided, like, okay, this is it, I'm going to the doctor, is when I threw up the ball at tennis and I couldn't catch it with my right hand. That's like the final point where I realized something was definitely wrong and I needed to go to the doctor. Um, so, like I said, it took 2 months, and that 2 months was so long and hard because I really thought I could just take a pill and like everything would be better. Like, that's in my mind. I was just like, okay, the doctor's gonna figure out what's wrong, and I'm just gonna take a pill, and it'll all go away, and I'll be better. That's what was going through my head at that time. Um, I had an MRI in my small town in New Jersey, and the technician, after having the MRI, told my mom and I that everything looked okay. I mean, they're not even supposed to tell you really after they have it because it has to be done by the professional doctor. They're not supposed to tell you anything about the MRI results. So, I was relieved. I thought, nothing was wrong in my brain. But then, since I didn't really see anything initially, they found inflammation on my brainstem, but they didn't know it was inflammation. They thought it was the brain tumor, and they thought like it wasn't operable because it was on my brainstem. So I went to New York City and I had a biopsy performed, and that's when they figured out. They took another MRI before I went in for the biopsy, and that's when they figured out that on my brainstem it was inflammation, not an actual brain tumor. So my brain tumor was in the right side of my cerebellum. So they figured out that I could have brain surgery and they could remove it. So immediately my mom was so upset and she thought, oh my God, my daughter's going to be having brain surgery. And my dad was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, they're going to be able to remove it and take care of it. Um, after I had the biopsy, I went back to school and I just didn't really think much of it. Like, I was just in shock, honestly. Like, I was just in total shock. And so I went back to school. I remember it was Halloween and I had like French braided my hair the night before, so it was curly in order to hide the hair that like chunk that they shaved out to access the inflammation with the needle when they performed the biopsy. And then yeah, so um that was honestly so ridiculously hard for those 2 months, just trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And it was hard, it was upsetting, and I got frustrated. And, I didn't know exactly what to do. Like, it was just so hard not knowing what was wrong. I just wanted to know what was wrong so I could deal with it, you know? Because if you don't know, like, the unknown is scary. Yeah, so that's basically the road to finding out I had medulloblastoma. So in the next video, I'll tell you kind of how I found out about it. And I'll explain my journey through that and kind of tell you the background story. All right, that's all for now. Bye.